Hey guys, it's Chris Bate with Cheat the Game coming back at you. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Recently been released on the Epic Store, and it's a pretty high price right now, but I want to go ahead and get into it. And what I noticed about it is it's using an older type system in which they store values. And to find infinite health, you can find all the stats and everything just by finding one opcode. It appears that only you and your allies are going through that opcode. And another unique thing about it is they all share the same base address. And you'll notice it's one of those complex addresses that they're staying at, where they're using two different registers as well as an offset value. And usually when that happens, that means it's storing a unique identity number in one of them and the base address in another register. So that basically helps us where we don't really have to compare out. We just use the unique offset, and we can have all of our allies, get all their stats, everything we want, and modify them as we see fit. And that's what we're going to do today just to get started. I'd like to make maybe a few vids on this while I'm still studying up on Flycam. Having a little trouble with that, so I'm going to see if I can seek out some help in regards to that. I'd like to be able to make a universal script which I can share with all of you, which you'll be able to just kind of, just through a little modification, be able to use it in just about any type offline game you want. But while I'm still doing that, I want to get some stuff out to you, and I really wanted to hit the Final Fantasy VII. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I definitely want to put something like that on the channel. Like I say, this is going back to basics, so more of you advanced people may not get anything out of this. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. This is old school stuff, so... but for you new people, this is a great game. If you're just getting started out, this is a great game to start learning how to game hack on. Values are easy to find. Most are 4-byte values. Scripts are easier to write, and you can do a lot with it. So if you are brand new to game hacking, I thoroughly recommend this game to really start on. But let me go ahead and get everything up and running, and I'll be right back with you. Hey guys, it's Chris Bate. I want to take a minute to thank Guided Hacking for sponsoring our channel. I'm sure most of you already know who they are, but GH truly is the best place to learn game hacking. Every question you could possibly ask has already been answered there at least a dozen times. When Ray bought the site several years ago, he read through every post and then designed a game hacking course which answers every one of these questions. His goal was to make game hacking as easy as possible, without the need to constantly ask questions, and I think he's achieved that pretty well. The people that make tutorials there are very knowledgeable. It doesn't matter if you're a total beginner or a seasoned pro, they have tutorials for you. Guided Hacking has something to offer everyone. Games today are constantly evolving, so we have to learn to evolve with them. Whether you're interested in Android, Unity, Unreal Engine, or kernel drivers, they have tutorials on every topic. You can find my tutorials there as well as many other great game hacking instructors. All the closely guarded secrets most game hackers like keeping to themselves are available to you. Guided Hacking pulls the curtain back and opens the vault to let you in on all the treasures game hacking offers. Some of you may be hesitant because Guided Hacking is now a paid service, but you have to understand that GH is a massive educational resource, not a regular game hacking forum. If they took the Game Hacking Bible and put it on Udemy, they could easily charge $100 for it. Just a small donation of $5, you'll get access to all these tutorials, and that is nothing in the grand scheme of things. If you're serious about learning game hacking, believe me, it is a great investment. Rake and I met 5 years ago, and we've always done our best to support each other, so please check them out if you haven't already. I promise you won't regret it. Also, when you get there, make sure to tell them that Chris Bate from Cheat the Game said hello. Okay, I try to turn the audio down, so I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's not really the point. I'm in the game where Barrett is with me, and we're about to fight some enemies here in just a minute. So this is kind of like the tutorial stage at the beginning of the game, so you have to kind of forgive that. You can see our guy is at 966, 931, so we're going to pause the game, and we're going to go attach it to the game. And to find this, this will be a 4-byte. So 931, and real easy to find. It's not a complicated value like in some of these other games. And just like normal, we lose some health. And pause the game. So we're down to 890. And we got 2 values here. I believe it's the top one, so I'm going to freeze that value, and I'm just gonna put it up to like 900 just to see if that changes anything. And you see it does, so let's let him attack me a few times, and you see we're holding steady. So we don't need this bottom value here. That's just the display value. So what we want to do is let's go ahead and find out what accesses this address. And you'll see right now there's one that's constantly reading, and here's one that's only affecting us when we actually take damage. But right now what we want to do is just see if we can make an injection copy that will find our addresses for us. So we need to see what's all going through this address, or this opcode here. So we're going to go to it in memory. Like I say, I got infinite health right now, so it don't matter if they can attack me or not, because I got it frozen at that value 900 for the time being. And right now, I'm not sure who's in the party with me and who isn't. I don't know if I'm by myself or not. Find out what addresses this instruction accesses. And it looks like Barrett is still with me at the time being. So right now, there's only 2 people that were in the party. And that was Barrett and myself at the beginning of the game. But if you take a look, you can see right here, if you look more at the addresses, let me move this over. You can see the addresses are practically the same except for the offsets. So that means that they're sharing the same base address, and they're just located at different offsets. And you see the complex value that I was showing you earlier. It's moving everything into EAX, RAX plus RCX plus 30. So I believe when I went and researched it that the base address is being stored in RAX. RCX is holding the character value, which our guy will be 0, and I believe Barrett might be 1, and it goes up from there, and plus 30. So when we see here the base address, oh, I'm sorry, I already have it. Everybody's going to have their own unique opcode, and I didn't mean to close it down. Hang on. Let's bring that back up. Oh, hang on. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I didn't mean to minimize that. So what I want to do is I want to bring both those up. We're going to open and dissect data structure. It gives us a little better information. I just want to show you some things right quick. And if we go to 30, we can see this is where our health is, and this is where our health cap is. We take a look, and while I'm being attacked by enemies, I can't really show you the screen, I don't think. Yeah, it won't let me go to the screen as of right now. So what I want to do, let's go ahead and defeat these enemies and see if we can get some kind of menu screen. And what we want to do is we want to not only get infinite health, we want to increase our strength, our speed, and just be able to kill everything with one hit if we want to, and we can change it whenever we want to. There we go. This is an amazing game. They just did such a good job with the graphics on this. See, right now it's just taking 14 million hits just to kill something. So, alright, so let's see if we can go to the party menu now. And this is the screen we want to play around in. This is where all our stats are. If you take a look over here at the right, it says our hit points is 900, our magic points is 30. You can see our health cap is at 1026, and all these are correlated with each other over here in our dissect data. You can go ahead and label these if you want to, saying health cap, magic cap. And if we take a look, we see some other interesting values down here. 54, 52, 21, 21, 18. Take a look. If you take a look, let's see, 54 attack, magic attack 52, defense 21, magic defense 21. May not even need infinite health with that information. And all of them are at their own unique offset. So, you know, that's good information to have also. And if we go on down a little more, we can see where the other values are. You see 16, 15, 11, 11, 18, 12. And take a look. 16 right here. And you just got to kind of play around with different values. But you know, that can help really get us started. And I believe the others are buried in here somewhere. But for the time being, we can get our attack and our strength. That looks like our strength right here. So why don't we do that? Why don't we save this information? Let's go ahead and do an injection copy so we don't lose this location. I don't know if it's constantly being read at the moment, because I've already done that. So let me close that. Let me close this down. Looks like that the count is still going. If you take a look right here, so that is constantly being accessed. And so this is cloud. So that's all we really need is cloud right now. And right now, let's just go ahead and start with the script. And we're just going to do an injection copy, or an A and B scan. And we're just going to call this player health, P health. And I'm just going to make I'm just going to allocate some space, and this will be for our injection copy address. And we'll just label that health. And we're going to use 8 bytes because this is a 64-bit game. And the good thing about it is we saw that no enemies were going through that. It's only us and our allies. And right now only Barrett was in our party. And he has his own unique offset. So all we had to do is just learn what everybody's offsets are. But right now we're just looking for Cloud, our main hero. And we can go, you know, with the others later. We just need Cloud to keep popping up every time we bring the game up. So right now, what we want to do is let's go ahead and make a space. Since we allocated new space, we don't want to put it down here below new min. We need to put it above new min for its own unique space. And EQ 0, define a quad word 0, because we don't know how long that address is going to be. So we need that extra space for 8 bytes. And also we need to register a symbol. So let's go ahead and copy that. And in the updated versions of Cheat Engine, I believe 7.1 or 2 and higher, you don't have to write this out anymore. You can just share the same instruction. Just skip a space and click on health. And if down here in disable, if you have more than one, you no longer need to put them in there anymore. You can just use a star and it will unregister and dealloc everything all at once. And that's a real handy feature that Darkbot programmed in there, so we appreciate that. So for the time being, let's see what this does. We're just going to move, and we need to do it above, because as you can see, it's taking the value of this address and moving it into EAX, which means that'll change that base address. So we need whatever RAX is before this instruction runs. So we need to make sure that this is above this one, so we can get whatever is in RAX, which will be containing our base address. So health, which is our name, and then we just want to move the value of RAX in there. So we're going to assign that to the current cheat table. And right now we're just going to put let's put cloud lookup, like a ESP lookup or something. But that's his name, Cloud. I'm sorry about that. Alright, we're going to turn that on. And what we need to do is see what the base address would be, because we don't know what that is yet. And then we need to see the difference of what the offset is. So let's make sure we find out. So we see that that's 8, so 9 AB, so that's plus 30, whatever that is. So we know our offset is going to be a plus 30. And you can see here's Cloud current health right here. And it found it right away, and we can just copy this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to paste this a few times down. Just paste a few of them down there. And we know when we go back to our dissect data structure, let's go back up, we know the next one down, 4 bytes higher, 34, will be our health cap. So let's go back to hit this one. And we're just going to put health cap. And we know that's at 34. And let's see if we can get some of these other values in there while we're doing it. And this could take a little time. You know, go and play around with some of these values. Here's our magic right here. Let's make sure we definitely get that. That's at 38. So we're going to put 38 in here. There we go. Cloud MP. I should just put MP, HP, and things like that. So I'm going to put MP. I'm not going to put the cloud magic cap right now. We can do that later. I want to get some of these values in here. We remember we saw earlier this was our attack. Let's go take a look. 54 attack, magic attack's 52. So we definitely want those two. So so that's at 48. So we're going to go change one of these to 48. And we're just going to change that to ATT. And the next one down is 4 bytes up. And that was magic attack. So we're just going to put MG ATT, magic attack. And that's at, what was it? I'm sorry. I think 50, I'm not sure. Let's see. 50, was that it? No, that's at 4C. I'm sorry. 4C. And you see what I'm doing? I'm just going down the list and putting in the offsets. So I'm using the offsets. And the reason I can do that is because if you notice, you say, well, you know, I see at this offset, this is 43. How come that won't pop up? Well, if you take a look, they're all sharing this same base address. So this information per Barrett is actually the same as this on down here. Here's Barrett at 70. So that particular opcode or that particular offset for him right now is incorrect. He's right here. This is where his information begins. Here's his stats. I hope that makes sense to you. So right now, just to keep from confusing everybody's going to follow along these offsets. Everybody's going to have their own unique ID number. And that ID number is configured into their offsets. So Cloud is the first one. He pops up first. So that's why we get Cloud's information first. And at 30, only Cloud is going through 30. So let's get rid of this one. Let's delete that address. So this information, as is correct. So every time we bring this up, it will only be Cloud's information. So let's go back to where we were. So the next one down was 50. 21 defense. Definitely want that one. So that would be 50. And I'm going to get strength right quick. That can give us one hit kills right by itself because we're increasing his attack. We're going to increase his... So I ain't worried about the others right now. I want that 16, which is right here. I believe that's it. Or just want to make sure. Yeah, I believe that's it right there at 98. So I'm going to put 98. And we're going to see if these work. So we're going to test them right quick. Let's just delete that one for the time being. And Cloud Strength. So we'll just test that and see if that is Cloud Strength right quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze it. And I'm going to put it right like an astronomical high number and see if that changes anything up here. Okay. So back out of the menu. Go back into it. And no, I don't believe that is his strength. So we need to go back and find it. But let's see if these others work. Let's see if the attack works. Let's freeze all of them. And change that to a big number like 999. Let's go back out and back in. And you see that does work. So we need to 16 is somewhere else. I know it's here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. And that's just the thing about dissect data. You just go in there and play with values until you find what you're looking for. And it is in here somewhere, so. But for now, we're just going to change these values, like attack and these others. And let's just go see if that does make an effect in the game. I'm going to put attack really high. Let's go back to the game right quick. Now let's go back to that. And you see attack, magic defense, magic attack, and defense extremely high. I wonder where that 16 went to. I know I found it earlier, and I was just had one hit kills all over the place. I believe it was way farther on down actually. Right here. This is where it was. It was really high up. So this is it right here at 220. That's Cloud Strength right there. I remember now. We'll put that really high. And make sure that you freeze these, because the game writing to it will change those values, and we may have to go find that writing opcode and knock it out just to make sure that these go into effect. But let's make sure that that's the strength. And it is. Take a look. And we can put all these others in here as well. I'm not going to do that right now, but you get the idea. This is the other values right here. And we just go put in the offsets, and you have those too. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to get back to the game. Okay. Do have a lot of cutscenes. Final Fantasy is notorious for cutscenes and movies. Great stories, and I just love it. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I've loved Final Fantasy since I was young, and I'm an old guy, so. Let's see if we can get some more combat. So let's get through this talking right quick. I think there's combat coming up now.
This way.
Alright, yeah, I think so. There we go.
Not so fast. We've got company.
Let's see if any of that makes a difference.
Try to keep up.
So I'm gonna take a look at that. Everything with one hit, totally gone. So, and we can keep going, and I'm gonna put the rest of these values in there. And what I do is I just keep adding to it, just like that. And we know that everything else is just 4 bytes higher, so we just go put 4 bytes higher and make sure that you go label them. So that's it. 224, 228, 22C. I mean, and it will find these particular values every single time, but we want to test that and see if it will bring it back up. So what I want to do is I'm going to close this down. I'm going to stop the vid, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to bring it back up, and I'm going to start this back up again. Okay, I apologize, guys. I had to do a reboot of the system, but I brought up my first cheat table that I made, which is the same exact information. I just had more information, but it's the same script doing the same exact thing, and all I had was health, magic points, strength, and attack, which is all I really wanted to when I first started out. Then I just started making a vid on it, and but we're still going to do a test here because I still haven't tested it, but I want to see if it brings this information up. So bear with me just a moment here. Hang on one second. Let's let the game load all the way up because it's not loading up, so that's what we're trying to check out. So we may have to troubleshoot it. Let the AOBs get set, and we should actually attach it to the game. That might help. So now let's try it. There we go. And take a look. We got everything back. So it works every time. Now we're just going to put everything up. Screw it. Now let's take a look, see if it works.
Get him, boy. Hey! Looks like you're next.
Ooh.
Nothing to it.
Looks like it's working, guys. But that's what I would like to do, is I'm just going to go put all his attributes down here, and then maybe later I might try to find Barrett's and the other allies as well, and just have their own locations. And I just want to see how the others are stacking up to it, and that way it will always find their addresses, and we can go change them manually anytime we want to. And we may be able to do more things with that. And I want to see what else we can do in this game. Maybe do some more intermediate to advanced things later. But I'm going to keep playing this game because I love this game. One of my favorites of all time. And I would like to do maybe a vid series on this. I know I said that many times in the past, but now we're hitting Final Fantasy territory, and that's one I just truly love. So I hope you'll stick around with me. I'm also still working on the fly cam stuff, and hopefully I can get something out on that one soon. So I apologize about the holdback on that, but I'm still working on it, and I will be back with y'all about that. But I'm going to continue on with this. So like I say, I apologize to you advanced people that I know this is just elementary to you, but like I say, my channel is geared to people that are just beginning, and you know, I want you to branch out. I want you to go beyond this channel, and a lot of you have, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. And I feel so honored that you still come here and still support the channel. It makes me feel good. I really appreciate it, and you know, I've always got your back. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, and we'll make another one later. And I just want you guys to, if I don't get another video out before then, I hope you guys have a very safe and happy holiday. And just know we would love to have you over at our Cheat the Game channels on Facebook and our Discord. And we really, some great game hackers hang out there. We really love to have you over there. Alright guys, I'm out of here. You all take care. Keep on hacking. Most importantly, please enjoy yourself. That's really what it's all about. You cheat the game, fellas, because believe me, it doesn't mind cheating you. You all take care now.